Hey girl, it's Allyson girl. No, I'm just kidding. Hey. Well, I'm not kidding. Hey girl, I mean it. I am hoping everything is going great with you and whatever you've been up to, whatever you've been doing, whatever you've been going through. I know Mother's Day was yesterday, and some of you have lost your moms. Some of you may not have great relationships with your moms. Some of you may not know your moms, so I want to encourage you if that's been you. If you are a mom, happy belated Mother's Day. If you love your mom, tell her I say happy belated Mother's Day. If you've been a mom in any way, shape, or form, whether it's to students, whether it's to kids that you just known in your life, your nieces, your nephews, whatever, happy belated Mother's Day. I want to say that first. So the reason I'm getting on here today is because I want to talk a little bit further about the post that I wrote for the Purpose app. The Purpose app is something that Angela Simmons founded not too long ago, and she really wants to connect women from around the globe. Starts in the States, but I'm over here, so it's connecting women from around the globe and just empowering them and encouraging them in all facets of life when it comes to womanhood. So, hey, welcome, come on in. So I wanted to become a writer for that because I believe in the empowerment of women, especially in these times. Our women need to be empowered. We need a little bit of extra strength, something to help us keep going from day to day. And so what I wrote about this past week was about filling a void. And I kind of got this idea from the Aisha Curry conversation. I know a lot of people were talking about, hey. I know a lot of people were talking about how Aisha Curry was wrong for what she said and how she may, be embarrassing her husband, embarrassing her family just based on something that she said, which was an insecurity. And she admitted that it was an insecurity. And I identify with it because it's been an insecurity I've dealt with, and it's one that I have to continue, to challenge on a day-to-day basis. And that is feeling like I need the validation of somebody else. Feeling like I need somebody else to tell me I'm beautiful. Feeling like I need somebody else to tell me, you look great today. I'm attracted to you, even though I'm married with children. And people say, we're human. We want to be accepted. We want to be affirmed, and that's true. But when it comes to the point where you still need it and you're getting it, from home, to me, that says there's a void. To me, that says there's something that you're looking for that you really don't need, but something inside of you is telling you that you need it. And I know for me personally, and I'll speak for myself, I won't speak for Aisha, Miss Aisha Curry. I don't know her like that, but I'll speak for myself when I say that after I got married and even before that in relationships, I still needed somebody else on the outside to tell me I was attractive. I still needed somebody else to affirm that I looked good, even though I had somebody telling me that already. And a lot of that was because of something that was missing on the inside of me. Because it doesn't matter, it wouldn't have mattered if a million people commented on my picture and said, "You look beautiful." I may have felt beautiful in that moment because of what they said, but that next day I still would have had that same insecurity. That next day, I still would have been looking for the next thing and the next person to say something to me to affirm me because I didn't believe in affirmation. I didn't believe in affirming myself because the affirmations I needed for myself, I didn't believe. And that's the truth. So it comes to filling this void that no matter what I put in, no matter what I'm going after to try and do and to try to get, no matter what I put in, it's still coming out on the other side. There's a hole in my bucket somewhere. There's a hole in me somewhere, in my well somewhere, where I'm still needing things to feed it because nothing is filling it. And in the article, I talked about how when I was in college, I was waking up in strange places to strange faces. And you know what I'm saying when I say that. And a lot of that was because I had this void that I was trying to fill on the inside of me. This void of trying to understand self-love, loving myself, knowing my value, knowing my worth. I didn't know it. And so I was allowing other people to try to fill that for me, and nothing was working. And it got out of control to a certain point. I won't lie. And, as you follow me, I'll start to share more and more of my story because I'm not embarrassed about it because of where God has brought me from. And I could testify to that all day long. But I was still trying to feed it with something and with some people. And what ended up happening was I was exposing myself to all of these things and nothing was filling my void. But it would for a temporary moment, and I compare that to the story I used to compare that to was John 4, the woman at the well. And when she met Jesus, Jesus was able to tell her everything about herself, but of course he did it out of love. He wasn't calling her out. He wasn't, spilling the tea in front of her, none of that petty stuff. He was telling her exactly what she needed to hear. And when he came to the well, he was asking for water, and she was coming to the well so she could get water. And he told her, I have water where you won't need to come back to this well anymore. And she was like, please give me this water. Because he told her she would never thirst anymore. She would never have to walk all the way to that well again. And I think there's power in that, because that shows that what needs to fill our well is his love. What needs to fill our well is his joy, his peace. And no matter what we do, when we try to fill ourselves up with our well and with our water, it's never going to be enough. And I think it's great that he used the comparison of water, because water, when you're thirsty, you want water. And then after you drink some water, a few minutes later, you need some more because you still feel thirsty. And he used that comparison to show us that, this thing here that you're trying to fill yourself up with is never going to last. But what I have for you will always fill you up, will keep you full to the point where you don't have to go back to that. And so I'm hoping that you get a chance to go and check out the article. I'm hoping that I've said something to help you, because trying to fill a void with, whether it's sex, whether it's alcohol, partying, clothes, shoes, money, whatever you're going for all the time, feeling like you need more and more and more of it, like you never get satisfied, it's because you're trying to fill a void on the inside with something else on the outside, with something tangible or something in a relationship or something from a person. And it's never going to fill you up. Never. You and I both know that. Whatever your well is, I know my well was, sleeping around. That's how I was. That was my well for a while, because I was trying to figure out what could fill this thing up in me. I feel empty. I feel like I need something, and I would get a quick fix. And then after the quick fix, I would feel okay. I would feel filled. But the next day I needed something else. So what is your well? I want you to identify what your well is. And I want you to start to seek God and start to talk to God about filling you, so that you don't have to go back to that thing ever again. So that you don't have to be like the woman at the well, traveling, having to walk, going to this well time after time to get water. No, let him fill you up with the water that never runs dry. The well that you never have to return back to again. Because once you get filled with that, you'll never have to search for another thing again. Hope I encouraged you in that. I love you. I'm here for you. Peace.